Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. This is a test run from a hotel for Wi-Fi purposes, audio purposes, equipment setup purposes. You're live from a hotel room that is not mine. How are we? Can everybody hear me? The Cowboys had a practice. I was there. You can actually see my rollaway bed right here. That's my bed. Shout out to the rollaway bed. Is that what it's called? A rollaway? Rollout? What's up, homies? What are y'all doing? I was at practice today. I'm here now. I got my little roster and everything. Kicking ass. All right, a bunch of comments just showed up at once. I hope the Wi-Fi is good enough. I hope this is going to work. But I got all my equipment here. We're all set up. We got the camera set up. We got the mic set up. We got the board down there. We got all the things. Fold-out bed. Yeah, I think today the highlight is Tyler Guyton. Shout out to my buddy Bobby Belt for just posting videos of every rep. I just video them for me so I can watch them and then talk about them, but he just posts them all on Twitter. So you can just check Bobby Belt's Twitter account, and you can see all the reps that I was talking about when I tweeted that Tyler Guyton had a good day. First round pick. Chuma Edoga is still taking most of the starter reps, but when your rookie first rounder was out there, boy, he looked good. He gave Parsons the business. That's not fair to say. He just did his job. He blocked a guy. But yeah, there's like 4 snaps, or the practice is not as packed as usual. I will say they're not as packed as usual, but I did see some sort of post from some Cowboy account where they were claiming there was like nobody there and there was a picture that was clearly taken before the gates were open or something. I don't know. There were plenty of people there. There were plenty of Cowboy fans there. Not as packed as I've seen it, but there were plenty of Cowboy fans there. There's a bunch of people here. So yeah, there's just a handful of snaps where Tyler Guyton got his run with the first team and they're running 11 on 11 and they're wearing pads, and Micah Parsons is lined up at right end and flying off the edge, and Tyler Guyton was able to block him. No problem. And I was like, we like that. There's one where Parsons damn near was offsides. He got off pew, like a rocket. And Guyton was like, no problem. I can get away from the line real quick. Watch me work. So he was good. Tyler Guyton was good today. We liked that. But you can ask me about anyone you want. I was talking to my buddy Landon McCool right after practice, and I was like, I think Brian brought us now. Probably this is his room. I think we'll probably do something every day or most days or whatever. But as soon as practice is over, he's still doing radio. I'm not. So I'll just come back here and do a quick recap, and then he and I can talk about stuff later with you guys. How about that? And I was telling Landon, I was just like, yeah, so like when it comes to a practice report from training camp, I don't like to have like, yep, I got a run sheet of the things I'm going to talk about. Like I'll have the things that jumped out, but my brain is way too scattered to pretend that I'm going to have some structure to this right after practice. So what I like, fire a name at me. And if I notice something, I'll remember that I noticed something while watching that player. That's what I think we're going to do. It's something like that. KG, thank you for the super chat. You're a beast. Guyton did a good. Yeah, Guyton did a good. Guyton looked good today. Smash that like button. I would appreciate if you smash the like button. And Kalen Carson, I didn't even notice today. And that's not a bad thing. He may have just been playing the other side because everything that they did, like I saw everything that that Guyton did, because the offense for the entire practice, we're on this sideline and the offense is going this way. So I'm seeing everything that's happening in front of me is happening on the right side of the defense, left side of the offense. So I do have video of every play in team, so I can go back and look, but I didn't even notice Carson today. Shout out ADHD. Damn right. Cooper Beebe. Okay, I'll tell you this about Cooper Beebe. I don't like that Cooper Beebe does not get the same, at least for one day, the first day in pads. Cooper Beebe did not get the same run with the first team that Tyler Guyton was getting. And I don't like that. Like they're pretending it's Chuma and Hoffman, but also Awesome Richards got some snaps at left tackle with the first team. Guyton gets some snaps with the first team. Beebe didn't get, I don't know if he got any. I didn't notice him out there with the first team at all. But I know that watching them in their individuals, when it's like the offensive line's over there by themselves, or when they're working with the defensive line and they're doing all that stuff, Cooper Beebe looks good, man. I like Cooper Beebe. He looks good, man. He should be starting. Will you be joining Vach and Brian on their live later or doing your own thing with Brian? I don't know. I'm just hanging out in his room. Edward, thanks for the super chat. So, Marshawn Nealand. Dude looks like a football player. He's going to have to play a bunch of snaps too. But first glance at just watching that guy go doesn't jump out as like a freak athlete, but it's immediate when you watch Marshawn Nealand that, oh yeah, he belongs out there. Yeah. He's ready to play NFL football. That'll be fine. Did something happen to Chuma late in the practice? Is that what I'm being told in the chat? Because I watched him practice a lot. Let's see. It's the beauty of not being a beat writer. Like, I'm not going to see everything, and I'm cool with that. Like, I'm going to watch the tape of the plays they ran and tell you what the players looked like. That's what I care about. Let's see. Chuma. Okay, Calvin Watkins. So he had a little something going on. Getting a little stretched out, it looked like. Whatever. Doesn't look like there's anything serious. Let's see. Are you comfortable with Tolbert as wide receiver 3? I guess. We'll see. CeeDee Lamb needs to get out here. They need CeeDee Lamb out here. I think that's a takeaway from the practice is they need CeeDee Lamb out here. The amount of big plays that I saw the offense make today, I think was 1. There was 1 Peyton Hendershot play for a nice gain. Don't forget to call into Ben and Skin. No, I'm going to call into Ben and Skin. That's why I tried to knock this out first. I'm going to be on with Ben and Skin on 97.1 The Eagle here in like 10 to 12 minutes. So I wanted to get this knocked out real quick with practice observations. I think that the wide receiver group, all of them make an occasional play, and it's an interesting competition that I'm enjoying. I'll tell you the guy who I like. I tweeted about him. Tyron Billy Johnson is going to be this year's fill in the blank. Vasher, Houston, whatever. He's 28 years old and he's never really stuck anywhere. But that's the dude that when they're just out there running routes and you're running and you're trying to separate from somebody, he's the guy that stands out to me as like, oh, that dude's got some juice. It's number 13, Tyron Billy Johnson. Tolbert looks okay. You know, it's one day, so it's not like there's going to be a whole lot to go off of. How awful are the running backs? I don't want to do this because people get mad at me when I do this. I will tell you this. One of the running backs, when he gets the ball, sure does move with a lot more juice than when a different running back gets the ball. Rico should be running back 1, and there ain't no debate about it. Dak kept trying to run this little Zeke lines up on his right, and he tosses it to him like he ain't going nowhere. He runs like us. He's old. Free Rico. Rico Dowdle, RB1. At least should be. He's got a little bit of burst. Thing I'm concerned about, run defense. Oh, I hadn't mentioned Mazi Smith yet. Last year's first-round pick. Mazi Smith, like totally all of it. I got a full Mazi Smith experience today where as they're doing their one-on-one stuff and he was going up against TJ Bass, smoked him. Smoked Bass. And I was like, oh, hot damn. Mazi looked pretty explosive there. And then they ran it back and he dog walked him like, damn, you look powerful there. This is getting fun. Then they went 11 on 11, starters versus starters. And I was like, oh, Mazi sure is getting moved backwards on every snap. So we got the whole roller coaster. For a minute, I was like, hell yeah, look at that. And that looks good. Won a couple of reps convincingly against NFL caliber lineman, TJ Bass. And then I'm watching team and I'm like, ooh, kind of getting moved everywhere. Not good. So it's kind of an up and down, a little bit of everything for Mazi today. But yeah, hashtag free Rico. Overshown looks good. I think Damone Clark actually looks better not having to be the man running everything. I think Eric Kendricks is going to be good for the Cowboys running the defense. I think that'll be good. And then I think you'll see a lot of Damone Clark playing snaps, DeMarvion Overshown playing snaps. Overshown's fun, man. His energy's fun. He gets people going. He's great. I love him. So yeah, I think all three of them are going to play plenty. Probably Leafau as well. But the guys that I noticed the most today were Kendricks, Clark, and Overshown. Trey Lance update? There's no update. He just whatever. The Cooper Rush and Trey Lance snaps aren't as good as the Dak Prescott snaps, but that's the way football goes. I have nothing to report on Trey Lance. Like there's moments throughout a practice where you're like, whew, yeah, he does have a nice arm, and yeah, he is a nice athlete. And then there's a bunch of snaps where you're like, oh, hope he doesn't have to play. But we'll see. That's what camp's for. Camp's for dudes to get a bunch of snaps, get a bunch of practice, show what you got, get better, get more comfortable, rock and roll. Brandon Aubrey report. Awesome. I think he only missed one today. Kicked the hell out of that. Brandon Aubrey kicks the hell out of the football. You got a good kicker, bro. Kendricks a big upgrade from the last 3 years. Not just Kendricks. The linebacker room is a big upgrade from what Dan Quinn was trying to do. Because for all of the, people got hurt. Overshown got hurt. Van Der Esch got hurt. That's fine. But they went into the season short on linebacker. And he likes guys who kind of play safety linebacker hybrid. Dan Quinn did that on purpose. So, he didn't mean for Van Der Esch to get hurt. He didn't mean for Overshown to tear his ACL. But nobody stopped you from having more linebackers on the roster to play linebacker after that. You chose to. I think they got a good mix now. There's another guy that looks kind of good out there. Hold on, let me make sure I got the right name. Buddy Johnson, 57. They got 5 dudes out there. They got 5 real linebackers out there. It's fun. Micah's moving around. Micah's playing some off the ball, playing a bunch of right defensive end, but he's playing some off the ball. There's one snap where it's just not fair. It's not fair that Micah Parsons is a end linebacker, whatever, hybrid, and he's faster than everyone on offense. Here's a little play where whatever wide receiver from in tight shoots out to the flat and they throw it to him. And it's like, congrats, you gained 1 yard because the linebacker who was running out there is faster than him. Micah Parsons is a freak show. He's just a freak show. Safeties. Malik Hooker's solid. He's out there. He's doing what he does. He's playing football. Damian Wilson is the other guy that's out there getting the snaps with the ones. But today, my dude, Wanye Thomas, had a pick on a Cooper Rush play where it was like, God, if Cooper Rush just had more arm, you had a chance to make a nice play. It was Deuce Vaughn kind of going up a little bit and then out towards the sideline. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you got a chance to get that ball there. But, boy, that ball was in there for a second, and you saw Wanye Thomas coming. Pick 6, baby. We like Wanye. I think he's got a chance to push. He's got a chance to push to play some Donovan Wilson snaps, or when you go 3. Is Diggs looking good? Diggs isn't doing anything yet. So, he's cleared and he's off the pup, but he's not doing anything yet. McCarthy said it before the practice, so he knew it was coming. He was like, no. He's not going to get in there and do the individual or the team stuff. So he's still working off to the side, and he'll ramp up. Jeff, is the Jones family going to be mad that the fans were not there? Fans were there. Don't fall for fake stuff on the internet. It was not. I've seen it way more packed for sure, but there were way more fans than don't look at stuff on the internet and just assume that it's true. People make stuff up on the internet. That's what they do. Excited about the linebacker core. Let's get to stopping the run. Problem is, stopping the run requires defensive tackles too. And at today's practice, if you want to talk about something that worries old Jeffrey, something that worries old Jeffrey is something that we already knew. There's one D tackle on this team that's an NFL player. Osa. That's it. Mazi had some moments today, and he had some moments today. And they don't have another plan. They don't have another plan. Who improves the most this year under Zimmer? I think J. Lou works. I think J. Lou benefits. Jordan Lewis benefits from Mike Zimmer. I think Damone Clark benefits from Mike Zimmer / Eric Kendricks being out there to kind of call it. And that helps DeMarvion Overshown and Leafau and everybody else. Who else will benefit from Zimmer? Maybe Parsons. Terrence Steele. See, that's the thing. I have to go back and rewatch everything because, again, the way that the first team offense went, we're on this sideline. Offense is going this way. So I'm looking at the left tackle, watching the receivers, watching the left side of the line, right side of the defense. Terrence Steele was like, there's 5 people between me and him. So you couldn't really tell, but I didn't notice disruption from that side of the line. It was generally from the left side. If Chuma or Richards was in, then Micah Parsons just wrecked plays. When Guyton was in, that didn't happen. RJ said it also about Oxnard being empty. There's people here, man. There's people here. But to your point, I do think that there's a lot of the fan base that's kind of out at this point, or as out as it's been that I've seen anyway. And like Jerry and Steven being like, we had the fastest season ticket renewal rate. That's great. Congrats to all the insurance companies and corporate types that renewed their season tickets to take clients to the Cowboy game. That's not an accurate representation of how your fan base feels. You know? How do you see the backfield shaking out, running back by committee? So right now it looks like it's Rico and Zeke, then everybody else. And Royce Freeman's kind of at the front of everybody else, but Rico looks the best. Whether it's catching, whether it's running, Rico's the guy that looks the best so far. Rico Dowdle. How's the center competition looking? We need it to crank up because at the moment, I bet this is the Ben and Skin Show call me because they called twice. Hello? Hi, Christina. I'm live on YouTube, and then when I saw the number twice, I assumed it was you guys. So I'm going to end YouTube, and then we'll party.
What's up? How are you?
I'm great. Hey, YouTubers, I got to go. You guys hear Christina Ray talking. Listen to 97 Won the Eagle. I'll be on there in just a minute. Remember, you have no idea what anyone's going through, and be cool to everybody, and I love you. Be easy. Goodbye.